Hey guys, it's Mr. Kramer. I have a couple short videos as part of this PowerPoint that I want you to watch, follow along, take notes when it's necessary. The first video starts off with the last slide that you did. I'm sorry, it starts from the last slide that you did, and it's looking at hypotheses. One of the things about when you write your hypothesis, you understand it's just proposed, and so you cannot be afraid to be incorrect. It's not a big deal. And the great thing about science is you can even retest and alter your hypothesis if you're really upset about being wrong. Lemony Snicket here, it's a quote from his book. Very, very wordy like most Lemony Snicket stuff, and I'm not going to go ahead and read it to you. So here are some things that science and people and everybody's been wrong about before. I remember growing up, every textbook that I had, every class that I was in, told me the 9 planets in our solar system. We now know that Pluto is not a planet. Pluto's not even the 9th largest object orbiting the sun. There's actually multiple objects in both the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud that are larger than Pluto. So we've gotten rid of that. We're down to 8 planets. And some planetoids like Pluto. There are 109 elements. The first textbook I taught chemistry out of said 109 elements. We have just created, I say we as in scientists have just created element 118 in a lab. So now there are 118 elements. Been wrong about that. This one's a good one. We learned about this in the last unit because Francesco Redi proved that spontaneous generation is not a real thing, and that maggots cannot arise from decaying meat. They believed that for hundreds of years, which just baffles my mind how stupid people were. This is a good one. Mary Somerville was a radio personality, pioneer of educational radio broadcasts in the 40s and 50s. She said television will not last, it's a flash in the pan. And now we have TVs that can connect to the internet, and TVs that are curved, and TVs that are over 100 inches in diameter, and it's just amazing what TVs have become in 60 years. So clearly she was wrong. The New York Times printed that heavier than flying air machines are impossible, 1936. This plane is the Boeing 747-100. NASA used it to transport space shuttles. It's no longer in commission. Went out of commission in 2012. But empty, with no space shuttle, it is over 144,000 kilograms, much, much heavier than air. And this is probably my favorite. Everything that can be invented has been invented. Charles Duell was commissioner of the U.S. Patent Office, said this in 1899. Look at all the amazing things that have been invented, like slippers with LEDs. I kind of want those. I kind of want this too. This is a sleeping bag with arms and legs. It's like a sleeping bag suit. I would never wake up in that thing. And probably the coolest, most awesome, is the scooter stroller. And I hope that that's a doll. Okay, I have another video coming up for examples. Trying to keep the file size down. See you guys here in a bit.